smoky.
Well, they'll be getting Dave off the hill soon. Yeah.
It's a crisp morning here. I don't really know if you want to call it North Carolina or Tennessee, because it's at the border. We're actually in, pretty sure we're in Tennessee at the moment. And it's such a cool hotel. I'm a Halloween fan, and it's all prepped for Halloween, so it gives you a real cool vibe when you're rolling at night. It's got, black lights and all the fixings. But what's really interesting about this place is the fact that you get to talk to a lot of the locals, and everybody here is really cool, really laid back, and it's. I guess the theme that we got so far from everybody was, as I probably would too, is the be safe theme, because there's been 3 deaths in the last week here already, and we met some of the photographers from 129 Photos, and the guy that runs the hotel, who's really cool, awesome guy. He was telling us about even just this last week, the 3 people that lost their lives and how. And one of the guys, for example, the poor guy he'd crashed and gone off into the ditch and got trapped under his bike, and I guess he was there for 7 days, and his friends finally found him with a drone after searching for him, and he made it in the hospital for 3 days after, but he lost his life. And another guy flew off the road in his car and also went down in the ditch, but ended up in the water and drowned. And so they were doing a recovery. So we actually even saw the local sheriff's department and all the rescue teams getting all set up yesterday. So this is going to be an amazing experience. I'm really looking forward to it. But you got to take it into consideration what this road is. It's narrow, no runoff, and if you make mistakes, it's really easy for that to be the last one. So unique.
We're right outside of Maryville. We're a little bit south of Maryville. As you can see, we're literally right on the, I guess what you would consider like the start on the opposite end of Dill's Gap. So Dill's Gap's on one end, we're on the opposite end, so this could either be considered the start or the end. Not too sure what the official one would be, but one or the other. But as you can see, we're here, South 129. Right here, this is the road. This is the Dragon, right here. And it's early, we're getting ready to get going. After meeting everybody yesterday when we got in last night, heard tons of stories from the local photographers, just of all the chaos that happens up here. I mean, wreck after wreck, and it's just, you hear all this, and then you wake up in the morning and you're getting ready to go do it, and I mean, it's not a wide road, it's narrow. It looks like a good road, it looks like the grip is good, everything's good, but still, it's small. So if, I don't care how good of a rider you are, if somebody messes up or somebody runs wide and crosses double yellow and you're on the receiving end of it, who knows what could happen. And I'm sure that that's what happens most of the time with everybody that comes out here. You come out here thinking that you're going to be the superhero out here ripping, setting records, but it's not even about that. It's about coming in and having fun and just leaving it in one piece, because after hearing the stories last night, man, it's crazy the stuff that happens up here. But all in all, you know, here we are. We're gonna go give it, and it's hard to control the urge to want to just go as hard as you can. But you know, we're gonna go out, we're gonna have fun, and we're gonna try to leave here in one piece. So here we go.
One thing that's interesting is if you stop anywhere, you know, because we're setting up real dumb camera setups, you find things. Boy, do you find things. You can always see where somebody was partying. I kind of wish I'm a bit of a hippie, so I wish I could take this with me, because I don't like littering. But on this stop specifically, I guess I'm not littering. I get just making piles of people's things. But this this is pretty good. This is pretty good. I don't know how this happened to get here, but if this party is tied in somehow to this party, man, it is a long way down. Could have been a real interesting day for somebody. Who knows? Anyways, Ernie's down there somewhere, and I'm hoping he comes back, because I blew focus on that last shot. I think it's a good shot. But I blew it! So I don't know if you know this, but I think you know, but who knows? I don't know if you know. But Nick and myself, we shoot all these episodes ourselves. We don't have a camera crew following us around. We don't have anything like that. Like, everything is us doing it all. And when we were riding earlier, we're out here in the middle of October. The leaves are changing colors. Leaves are falling everywhere. It's unbelievable. Like, it's such a rad time of year to come out here. And when you're riding, sometimes you go through and a gust of wind will come, and it's just like a leaf explosion, just like raining leaves all around you when you're riding. You feel like Mr. Majestic. Like, it's so dope. So here we are, being that we shoot these ourselves. Here we are waiting for a shot so we can show you exactly what it feels like. But this is the reality of what we do. We're like Survivor Man, where you got to go and walk back to get your camera. It's nuts, but it's what we do.
there before, so the captain sputtered, it would shut off, and come to life again because somehow the gods love me today. And yeah, come on, you can do it. The rest of the day, the rest of the day. Yeah. That was interesting, but look, if your bike shuts off, it doesn't mean the game's over. You can still make it. Come on, guys, come on. Anyways, good times, everybody, good times. Look at that, here we go. It's gonna make it, huh?
Made it. Told you it'd make it.
It made it. You know, technically he's correct. Good times.
That was our first go. First go, Tail of the Dragon. Yeah, I'm having mixed emotions. It's not bad. It's definitely a lot tighter than Back of the Dragon. It's way tighter and bumpy. The road quality. Like if I had a complaint, like the tightness I'm getting used to and enjoying it now, but it's so bumpy. You get out of whack in those tight sections because of the quality of the road. Yeah, it seems like all like the cool places where there's like banked elevation changes through corkscrews and stuff, all the roads are like the road conditions the worst there. And that would be like, in my opinion, those are my favorite spots where you're going, you know, elevation changes, having a bank hard left, hard right, hard left. That's where all the road conditions are the worst, which sucks. But no, we're gonna do it like 43 more times today. Yeah. So this side's definitely a lot busier. More of a resort. But this is actually Gill's Gap. We're actually in North Carolina now. We're no longer in Tennessee. Get tons of sports cars out here, along with a mix of bikes. All sorts of bikes. This side in North Carolina, this is Gill's Gap, so this is the opposite end of where we stayed. Where we stayed was a lot quieter, a lot, in my opinion, a lot better. I mean, this is more of like, you can see there's Harleys all over the place. It's more of like a resort. There's a restaurant. But it's not like it's a resort, like as in like, oh my God, there's so much more to do here. It's more like, it's a resort and they just have more rooms and more parking. But this is pretty rad. I'm assuming this is a mix of all the wreckage that's taken place here over the years. Just a tree of shitty memories. Shitty memories for those that crashed. Cool ornaments for all us that are here just taking it all in. But yeah, totally different vibe than where we are. We're on the complete other side, which isn't far. A lot quieter, nice people. This one's just more if you want to be in the thick of the circus. I prefer the other way personally, but yeah. Just to kind of give you guys. You see this? Look at this. Look at that. I'm going to show Nick. I don't know. Look at the tree wreckage. Before I show Nick the homage to the wreckage. But yeah, this is definitely more of the circus, which is where we're at. It's a lot quieter.
There's a distinct advantage to riding a naked bike. I don't got a lot to donate if it all goes bad.
Yeah. Shit ton of mirrors. Shit ton of mirrors. But yeah, I agree. Ride your shit. But yeah, totally different vibe than our hotel. This is more if you want to be. I don't particularly agree with this.
See, I don't think our buddy would ever place such a annoying sign.
Yeah,
Couldn't have fun.
Where we're staying, they want all the burnout stoppies and wheelies.
I think, is it the north side? I'm going to call it the north side. On the north side, it's
on the north side.
We're the north siders, I guess. There.
North side riders. But yeah, back here.
I got it.
He's got it set up. I'll get back
We can take a picture of all you guys.
Oh, high speed here can do it.
We can do it. We can get all you guys in there.
You can do that for us?
Yes, sir.
Golly.
Love to.
I'll trade you.
There you go.
I lived in Vegas for 25 years, and I know something or two about signs and standing in front of them as a tourist. Here we go.
Okay, you guys ready?
Why don't we go this way too? Why not?
Thank you.
Thanks, brother.
You guys have fun.
Hey, GoPro.
There you go. Little adding to the tourist affair here. We don't have to take any photos of the back of the Dragon.
That was the most Las Vegas thing I've seen in Tennessee.
So good.
You're doing good.
Okay.
You have any pain in your upper body?
Dave, can you talk to me?
He's squeezing his hands. Have you squeezed?
That was crazy. That was crazy. Shooting Nick, literally shooting Nick in a corner, setting up. I'm not even fully set up, and I just hear kaboom. Turn the camera on, grab what I could, but I mean, he literally just went straight off the road. There was like a 2-foot drop, and him and his wife, they just daggered into the ground. I mean, luckily they're okay. But
When I came back up the hill, I was getting ready. We just started a back end line, so like cooking, like second gear cooking, and down to first, and then I just when I went next to him, the guy looked dead.
when I got there,
he was out.
Yeah, when I was running up there, he was like, all I heard was the wife screaming. I couldn't tell. I didn't even know that there was two people till I got there. I got there and he was just face down. He was under the bike. He was unconscious. He was just snoring. She was like yelling his name, trying to wake him up. And I mean, we just pulled the bike off of his leg. We flipped him over. He was bleeding out of the head, concussed, out cold. He was probably out for like another 3 to 5 minutes.
It was a long time.
Yeah,
it was long enough to where I started getting real worried.
A long time to be out. I don't know if it was a puncture. I don't know. It was a small wreck, but a big consequence. Like it's just, it's the reality of what happens up here.
Yeah.
And it's busy today. Oh, you can hear the ambulance sounds right there. Yep, there comes the ambulance. So yeah, so we just literally just left him. Now here comes the ambulance. So, it's crazy.
Yep.
It's crazy.
Well, we did all we could. Luckily, the friend that they were riding with was a doctor, and we could assist away as best we could. I don't know what else you can do. Let's go have fun. Somehow. Knock some of these, that guy just wadded ass cobwebs off. I mean, it happens, right? Like it's not, it's a realistic thing to come up here and see a wreck, I guess. You know, and like we were talking about earlier before we started today, you know, this place can get very real. And I think a lot of people, they come up here and they want to enjoy the ride, and they do, but maybe they're riding a little bit above their limit. Maybe they just, I mean, we all make mistakes, and that mistake just cost them. Poor guy.
Long day at Ricky Bobby. You could always use yourself a skid pad, so here we go.
Saw it on the side of the road on the way back to the hotel to get some grub. Why not join the festivities?
Not what we expected.
No. It was actually kind of early in the day, but the guy on the Harley went down right in front of us and ate pretty good shit and was unconscious for a while. And I mean, we were there for what, like an hour and a half?
Yeah.
2 hours maybe?
Yeah, there was a lot to check. Luckily, his buddy being a doctor, you know, he knew the whole regiment. I found out, like, I'm not trying to sell anything, and I hate that I'm going to mention it, but that Apple Watch blood pressure and not blood pressure, but the BPM that you can read is helpful. You know, little stuff. So we stuck around to make sure that he didn't need to get lifted or there wasn't anything severe going on. It was an ugly wreck from the standpoint of being trapped under the bike, and
Yeah.
You saw him snoring when I rolled up. He wasn't snoring. He looked real dead.
Well, when I saw him go down, like I got there and I only saw his wife. His wife was on top of the bike. I thought it was just one person because I couldn't tell if it was one or two. And she was like screaming somebody's name, and I got there and he was under the bike. And he was out. He was snoring, and the bike was on his leg. Like I thought he had a broken arm the way his arm was sitting. I thought his leg was munched. He ended up being okay. I mean, he was out though for like a good 5 minutes, but he came to his senses. He got up and I mean, he probably went away with really no injuries, I don't think, other than maybe a cut on the face. I mean, I don't know.
That's a concussion. I mean, that could,
well, I mean, a concussion.
That's one of those concussions
there
where
was no compound fractures.
No, okay, look, I thought a collarbone for sure.
Yeah,
I thought maybe ankle because how much of the bike was on just that part of his leg. It looked nasty.
Yeah,
and he did walk away relatively unscathed, less the fact that he asked where he was and what happened about 78 times. Which I've been there before. Is miserable.
For sure, he didn't know what happened.
Poor
But that was a quick dose of show you right for this road to just let you know who's boss.
Yeah.
Like we heard the stories going in, and it didn't take but like an hour or two to actually witness it firsthand. Like when they're saying it happens here often, son of a bitch, it happens here often.
Yeah. So, and the same thing. He not luckily. Well, I guess luckily he left his lane of travel. He didn't cross the yellow line.
No.
But I mean, the same thing. Like, he seemed like from everything that I could tell, he seemed like a guy that rides motorcycles well enough. It sounded like he was riding it safely enough, but shit happens. I don't know. You saw it.
I saw it. He literally target fixated and rode right off the road. Like it was, and it was so slow. It was like 10 miles an hour, 5 miles an hour max. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't much. But the crazy thing is that it just didn't take long. It just did not take long.
No.
It was like 2 hours into riding. I mean, it's some of the most beautiful country and crazy roads and everything, but when you're riding out there, the roads are narrow. Son of a bitch, they're narrow. When you're going around and a car's going next to you, like, it's close. If you go over the double yellow, you're smoked.
I think I ducked a mirror one time today. Do you remember
100.
it? You were behind me. I ducked a mirror.
Probably. But I mean, you feel it. I mean, it's a narrow road. You feel it.
Yeah.
But we made it out in one piece.
I love it here. I mean, I wish this was my backyard, other than the fact that there's way too many of us tourists doing touristy things.
Oh, God, it's packed. It is so packed.
Yeah.
But
Cool.